One of the core areas of personal mastery is how you look at your work. What is your execution strategy? What is your strategy towards working on your projects, towards working on your daily tasks? It's not about which task is important, which task is not important. You have a full platter already, and then there are things keep coming. So, how do you manage that? If you're not keeping 20-30% buffer, how do you accommodate the additional work that comes? One of the ways people manage is the multitasking. But the flip side of multitasking is that if it gets into your habit, then it becomes a very jumbled thing. When you are in a multitasking situations, what happens? You keep switching from one task to another task to another task to another task. The importance and the degree of intensity of the task will differ hour and hour, or maybe day by day. That will force you to switch from one task to another task, from another task to another task. As a result of that, you do sometimes reactive communications. You are communicating to your clients, to yourself, to your people. Because of the multitaskings, you are sometimes not giving time where it is required. Sometimes you are giving excessive time. You are failing on your commitments many times. And you are likely to ignore people who are important for you, but you don't understand them important because something more important comes up. The one group that suffers is your team, because you can tell your team, hold on, let me finish that. So because of your multitasking situation, you leave your team behind, and you never knew what team wanted to discuss or what your subordinate wanted to discuss. So there are many repercussions which I want you to think of how it can impact you. Sometimes you realize that you are under multitasking. Sometimes you don't realize, but you are doing it. So that is also a potential trap. When your attention is fragmented, you lose the intellectual depth, reduced value creation. It is very important for any leader to first of all understand, are you under immense multitasking? My recommendation will be to switch over from multitasking to compartmental tasking, because in compartmental tasking, you have block by block your tasks organized. So when you're doing multitasking, it is likely that you would not have time for a specific situation. The core issue is not the attention, it is the fragmentation, which leads to exhaustion, and that leads to the loss of a strategic depth sometimes, which would potentially impact over the period of time, and it will impact your health also. Well-being is very important. So this is what I wanted to convey to you today as part of the personal mastery. It is very important for you to look at the multitasking and how it is impacting your personal life and how it is creating that stress and situation. As a leader, it is very important for you to always stay in the balanced zone. Imagine a situation, if you're not keeping 20% buffer time, how would you accommodate anything? And you would never have 20% buffer time. You would always have a deficit situation if you are in a multitasking mode. Shift your focus from managing time to managing your attention. The paradigm shift is moving from multitasking to compartmental tasking. That is very important. So there is a difference between something in a haphazard manner than into a blocks.